All right, howdy. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's Friday. Normally that would be Slay the Spire time, but today, this week, we had a new Magic set coming out, and thus we're both starting early to get in a draft, and so we can get it doing this on Friday, so we can get in a couple drafts. Uh, that's the plan. That's the play. Yeah. So far we've done 3 drafts on the set. I think it was like 4-3-7-3-2-3. Uh, from the bit we've played, it feels like that there's a if you're not careful, or not even careful, but like board stalls are a not uncommon thing to see. Uh, there's a decent pile of evasion, and there's an even better decent pile of reach creatures to block evasive creatures. Uh, there's a lot of cards that kind of do dual purpose, uh, early game, long game value. There's a lot of good beef, and like that seems pretty good. But yeah, there's a lot of still a lot to take in though. The thing I want to try to do today with the pair of drafts is I want to see how the blue-red like discard cycling deck works, plays, feels. There's some cards that feel like they've got like uh, a lot of power behind them that are both good enablers for that and good payoffs for it. So I want to see how that plays. I feel like one of the things about that is that the enablers feel like, in my mind, the enablers are a lot of like cycling stuff, and that's already good. You don't need like huge payoffs for that to be something you're happy with. But the payoffs are pretty strong to go with them, so. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Aetherdrift Limited, Premier Limited, Engine Rat. But yeah, a lot of like exhaust is like again, I think of exhaust like a sort of like post kicker, gives things a longer term tail. Uh okay, and I've got everything going. Good, 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 good. Hope you're all having a good Friday. I'm having a pretty good one. It's a fairly snowy one. Fairly relaxing one. Hmm. Alright, where are we starting today? Ooh, okay. Sabsunen. This is a powerful place to start. So Sabsunen, the goddess of the bounty, the river Luxa, mirrors the way that the bounty of the Luxa would have the tides come in and out, with removing a counter and adding a counter. This can't stagger block unless it's on even counters, but you draw 2 cards when it hits odd counters, and it gets bigger every turn. On its base, we have a 6/6 reach, trample, indestructible. Very hard to kill, very hard to block, gives you a ton of value. A incredible, incredible place to start. Uh, yeah, there's not a card in here I'd pick even close to Sabsinen. Like looking at what we might want to come back around. But yeah, so this is where we're gonna start. This will be a good frog time. Frog God. Hi, Bossry. I don't see much in here that's terribly interesting in blue or green. Imitator is a kind of funky bit. Gets speed early. Broken Wings is a card I'm fine including. Picking it second feels awkward. I see Grim Bauble here as another fine pickup. Actually don't hate that, and then maybe like try to go like green, black, blue splash. Yeah, Broken Wings is better than normal, but you still get it tabling, so it's not like I value having it in the deck. I don't feel great seeing it here. That doesn't tell me that that color is open or in a great position. Spike Shell Harrier I like. Defend the Rider is quite good. This is a really, really strong modal piece. That first part is effectively removal fails. And the second part is that, like, you just get, like, a token either pilot. Harrier is quite good as we have had this body before, and it's shown a lot of power. This is... there's a giant in... Like, we've had the 4/4 for 5 that's, like, disruptive, either bounce or tap. And this one has, like, a fine disruption on speed as well, especially if you're not doing anything with it. I think it's the strongest thing in this pack, and I'm willing to kind of, like, play around these colors, basically to see where we can get with these three. Sabotage Strategist, I like this card a lot. Hazard of the Dunes is also a really good one. I value Terrian pretty well as well. This thing is immune to a few larger removal spells with that 7 toughness. This looks like it's between Strategist and Hazard. The double blue on this. This card's quite good. Like, strong, evasive creature. This is just very large body. I'm gonna grab this Strategist. Believe in what we've got going on here. Okay. In here we've got Engineer, we've got Tortoise, Silken Strength, thing's fine. Backdoll Terror, I actually like this one. We're not super, and actually we kind of have like things that are fine with it. The Skystreak Engineer is also like a fine early body that gets a later bit going, like with that exhaust. This 1/3 is able to hold a little while. I'm willing to pick this up and kind of have because I like this a little more. The Backdoll Terror isn't directly the direction I want to be going. It's where we could end up being. What does Gastall Rider do? All right. Gastall Raider. It's Sin Collector. This card is Sin Collector. This is Sin Collector that also gets... Okay. Interesting. We also just have the Midnight Mangler, which is a 3/3 on the ground. Holds the game for a while. That's not a bad place to be. There's also Unsummon, which is just the card named Unsummon. Risky Shortcut. Go with this green is... Well, green's got a few things in here. This looks better. Venom Sack Lagak. Strategist hanging out here. I'm not as huge on this one. I think some of the other bigger creatures are a little more interesting. Might be that black is just not real in here. Affinity for artifacts, you say. Hello. This, for 5, is very easy to make. Like, 1 artifact makes this, like, above what I want for rate. 2 makes it incredible, so that's a fine pickup. We have a couple bits for that. This is our wheel. I'm probably gonna take interference because I'm not huge on Silken Strength and Bestow Greatness are like okay if I have one of these, but they're not cards I'm super huge on. Optimizer, Wrangler, Tortoise, Tension. I don't want to be on starting column, but oh boy. Alright, I can have as many Tortai as I want. Let's see if we can't fix up... Hello? So I'm actually most interested in this. Pyrewood Gear Hulk is like ending the game, which is very funny. Red is very out of what we've got access to, but like, is very funny. The card I'm interested in here is Broodheart Engine. Broodheart Engine gives us a way to get to Sabsunin quicker and a way to like pick up, perhaps get Sabsunin cheaper. Along with some of our other larger, more useful bodies in here. It's an artifact for the Memory Guardian. I want that Jungle Hollow too. This was pretty high up on my list of things I was interested in. I think this is too much of a pivot with what we have going on here. I don't like that as an idea. I'm already like doing some weird 3-color stuff that I don't think is terribly effective, but is very funny. This is swap artifact for creature? Artifact or creature for artifact or creature. So, like, I can swap Grimbobble, or, like, treasure token for anything. That seems pretty nice. Wouldn't hate a bounce off. I think I need to be a bit more on anything that looks like more direct fixing. I don't want to be playing Foul Roads. Omnivore is okay. Don't hate having a 3-power creature that low. I think the black, if it exists at all, is a splash. If we can, I'd like to not do that, but Broodheart is, like, a fine card for it. Let's try to assume that we can get the deck back over. Oh, hello. This is the... And then I immediately get some reasons to try to get the black as a more thing. This Thundering Broodwagon, which has a 4 or less, like not a quite Abrupt Decay, or I mean bigger than Abrupt Decay. Double black's big, but the cycling on this is also... the fact that this has cycling means that double black is not as much of a problem. I think that's fine. It's awkward, but it's also very strong. It's a vehicle with a reach. That's really funky. If I can get, yeah, we have the Broodheart engine for, like, recurring a removal spell as well. So, like, we can cycle it and then pick this back up. Broodheart is a fine reason for us to be, wow, this means there's nobody touching those colors because this card is wildly strong. I like Pothole Mole. I like, hold on, Transit Mage is 4 or 5? So this would tutor up Memory Guardian or Spike Shell Harrier. I think I might just like the Mole better as it's not quite fixing, but it is set up the grave, in a fine way, and it can, like, digging for a land is a type of long-term fixing. The Transit Mage is neat, but it doesn't have the same tutor targets that I'm super into. Night Market, I think, is finally the place we pick here. Howler Heavy is actually quite good. I've seen this do a lot of work. But, like, I think if we're going to be wanting to make this deck function, I need to be picking these a little bit higher. Again, they cycle in the late game. Lagak, Howler Heavy. I do like Howler Heavy, though. Let's try to get a little bit more of the fixing going on here. We can get a Thornwood Falls, make things feel a little better on our side as well. Especially because there's not too much I'm super interested in this pack. Path Crusher's a 5-color card that I don't think is really exciting. Hi, River Churn Monument. I still believe in River Churn Monument. I probably shouldn't. Like, Mangler Ghost Surveyor are probably better long-term pieces. Ooh, Jungle Hollow on the wheel. Okay. That fixes up some of our mana issues. Now I feel like I'm just looking for a little bit more on the cards. Getting a copy of Bounce Off seems fine. I'm not as impressed by this Jaguar, and we already have starting column 1 and a bike. These are a little better in our deck because I'm not picking the roads on the splash. These are a little better in our deck because 3 to 5 is pretty strong. We'll take a Silk on Strength, and then let's just take our... Alright, pack 3, if you can fix up a little bit more removal, second bossery, a little bit more, a little bit more early game. This is very good for what I'm looking for. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. The exhaust on this is 2 lands off the top and make this a 2/2. Very good. Run over is another one I'm happy here. Another Thundering wouldn't be bad. But this is like a 2 that's really happy to see. Another bike, another bobble. Fixing piece, defend the rider. We're not Necro Regent. I don't think we have really good early start your engines, which makes that better. I don't know how much I like Bobble on the splash color. I like the card. It still might be fine. Might just be pick up the Night Market and make this deck a little bit more functional as far as the mana goes first. Or possibly defend the rider. That was a way to keep our investment. What's our mana right now? Let's take one more Night Market to make this function. That's probably enough for that. Happy to see a run over. I think this card will do fine. We have a couple Death Touchers that work well with it and some vehicles and bigger things for it. I want to see, like, some of the bigger mid-range green stuff. The green in here I'm not very excited about. Okay, hello. Here's something that we can get excited about. This is a mirror entity activation. Effectively on the exhaust. You get to activate this and your team becomes, I don't know, if you go for 5, you get like 4/5 on everything. A good way to break through. Also, just a playable 2. Another Memory Guardian. Do I value that over the Flood the Engine? Do we need that? I feel like Memory Guardian is a very good flyer, and I feel like we have a decent amount of metal for it. Not a ton of metal, but a decent amount. Do we have... I'm gonna believe in the Memory Guardian. I think if we can find some more smaller metal, I'll feel good. That's all Thrill Seeker. These aren't cards we're playing on the... Surveyor is fine on this. So I think this is better than I give it credit for. I think this deck has some power. It's just like, okay, hello. Winter. Winter on the splash. Yeah. It sucks that this is against Hazard of the Dunes and Dismal Backwater, but like... This is a reasonable way to swing it. I'm gonna go for it. I know that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Another copy of Broodwagon? Okay, this is looking fascinating. Grim Bobble made it back around. Bike made it back around. Mangle, oh boy, everything I wanted made it back around in this pack. I'm gonna take the bull here? Oh god, what am I on here? Okay, happy to eat. I don't know if I want to be playing that. Sarcophagi. Put it in the no, 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 no. Okay, all right. We have some building to do here. That's a bit of a thing. Okay. So, obvious stuff in my mind is that we're kind of building around this pile of things right here. We've got a sizable amount of recursion, and I think our deck is going to be forced to include basically anything that looks like fixing. So the bike and the mole and the even the starting column. I worry about this deck's consistency. I don't worry about this deck's power. This deck does not have any power issues. Do I even bother playing the River Churn Monument? Mimeoplasm, funnily enough, doesn't work on the rebuy from the Broodheart engine. Infinite cosmic power. Do I want to play both these tortoises? $15 and $8. Tortoise, I'm not really... Like, that might just be better as, like, a second brood engine. Sky Streak. Maybe the River Churn Monument. This, God, these... Two of this is probably overkill. Once we have one in rotation, that's fine. We're gonna try and make this work, goddammit. Oh, this is... Alright. Mana base is 12, 6, 12. A lot of gold in there. We need... This is 6 black sources in lands, plus the starting column, plus the bike. I like that late game winter does give us a more wide sweeper if we get anything like our Grim Baubles or like some of our other odds and ends in the grave. We don't have a ton of stuff for that to eat, but enough to make it real. There's a chance winter might have been better as the, what's its name? Not Mosler. Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. This is gonna be great. 2 games to mana issues. We just have to hope that we don't take any to anything else. Like aggro running us down before we're ready, and get the 7 after that. Well, this sure as hell ain't one of the ones with the mana issues, I'll tell you what. Okay. Keep. I've got Run Over with the Serpent. I've got Sky Engineer. I've got a lot. Okay, this feels good. Try to combine the games where we lose to aggro with the games where we lose to our mana. This ain't one where we're losing to our mana. At least that's good. Oh, no, the Moldify. Uh-oh. All right. We're going to go ahead and play the Engineer first. The idea here is that if our opponent has a 1 removal spell and they're 5, it gets eaten on the Engineer. Next turn we can Serpent plus a Bauble on, like, a 2 toughness flyer. Alright. Serpent. They've got something. Air response unit. Thinking of if that's worth my time to bounce right now. I'm going to be Sky Seeker. Let's waste your damn time. Activate this right now. And in we go. Fourth land. Sure. Oh, hi. Hello. That's the end of the game next turn, right? Sita for 4, everyone attacks as a 6/7 with some counters on them. Like, they need to remove Sita this moment. So if they remove Sita in response, then... God, I honestly don't think I do a damn thing here. You're the one who has to pull the trigger. Like... You have a second? Okay. I think that still gets us in... extra point of damage. Sure. Let's go run over the Memory Guardian. They're going to go ahead and crew, and then we're just going to play the Harrier. We're not going to play the land, because honestly, that is something I feel like I'm just cycling. Down to 6, lethal on board, if we can use, if we can leverage what we've got. That's a terrifying position to have to be in, to bounce Spike Shell Harrier. Do we have another removal spell? Another one of those. Alright. I think I'll just lay down Winter and pass. We'll cycle Night Market and end step. They've got the vehicle in hand. They've got a lot of those. We don't have anything for Winter to eat, but Winter just has 3 power. Works for the Thundering Broodwagon. Our opponent has a lot of these, like, board interactive pieces, which is good for them, but being in a 1-for-1 position with that right now is not great. Air response unit, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and cycle the Night Market, as I've said. We're gonna go ahead and draw land. Ooh, that's fun. I think we're gonna go ahead and play out the Broodwagon. Okay. Alright. Okay. We both had some strong control pieces going there. They had a lot of spot removal. We had a lot of cards going in our destroy target player with mana value 4 or less. Alright, Bill. What do you have for us today? Alright, another, like, absolute, like, great-looking hand. I love seeing Bobble plus Trade the Helm here. We did have a lot of not mulling to 5. That is a correct assessment of what we had in that game. That's true. Let's get our blue going. Bobble plus Trade, again, just nice. I would like them to play like a Lagak or a 3-2 or something that just gets easily eaten by the Bobble. Yeah, sure. I want a reason to play this Bobble early. We don't have a lot of board presence for the next couple turns, which is a little bit awkward. I think I'm willing to bounce that. Okay, that's a nice, I'm on, oh god, I think I might want to crack the Bobble to find some more action is the but like that makes the Trade the Helm worse. We'll find other things for that. They're looking for land 4 here. They find land 4, and they also got rid of a, this looked like a foundry, and I was like, oh, okay, okay. That's nice looking. That's a fine draw. Makes me feel like the choice was correct. Okay, mole number 2. Land. And they can pick up the Vishkar Raceway. Okay, these are really good for them. These moles are doing a lot of work for them. They represent, like some board presence and getting those land drops that are mattering. Ooh. Copy and exhaust ability. I think we need to cycle you. Okay. I'm just gonna hold fast. We have a lot of powerful 5s, and they're very good 5s. So this is just for activated abilities. Like, because we have bounce with on a big body that lets us start getting aggressive. I'm holding back the Guardian because I don't want to take the mole hits. I don't feel like that trade's worthwhile to me at the moment. We have Sabsunin, but like our opponent has had to play no interaction, so I want to wait a little later for that. I don't want to make that my first piece onto the board, if possible. Double bike. Perhaps we just play out the Spike Shell Harrier here and get a body. They don't have. How would they? So how would they answer Sabsunin? That would feel bad. What would like? If they do their own theft, we can steal it back. If they, I think worst case is flood the engines, right? That's the worst case. This might be a little aggressive. But they can't counter it because they only have 1 mana up. This only taps for activated abilities. Their activation there was that they could steal it, but we can steal back. And we draw 2 cards if we untap, right? So, like, theft isn't a problem. Bounce is annoying, but like, you know, whatever. They have a lot of mana. They've got 8. Plus 2 activations on like a, if they're doing an exhaust ability, something like that. Okay, that's nothing. Oh, that's nothing. Oh, you don't have anything. Oh. Okay. I see. Okay. So, Sabsunin can't get in combat for now. I think what we want to do is build our own board. That involves probably like Winter and Memory Guardian, or not. Ooh, Winter actually is going to be getting close to like a board sweeper. Winter and Memory Guardian? Am I killing anything here? I might want to kill the Beast Rider Vanguard. I might want to bounce the Beast Rider Vanguard. They have a lot of mana. I don't want to give them this draw engine forever. They have like this pit automaton to make it happen continuously. Let's get down another Memory Guardian. Next turn, we get an 8/8 that can get it involved in combat. We have Harrier and Trade. They haven't given us a great trade. Ooh, I don't want them to keep that. Okay, so they're drawing card, making a 6/4. This thing can become a 4/4. I think I need Winter down soon, because I'm going to be needing to sweep the board pretty cleanly. We'll play Winter. So right now I only have 1 artifact down there. This just returns when an exhaust ability is activated. Killing that doesn't do anything. I'll take 6. They can even activate. They could activate this right now. So, Booze Patrol. That is just that's a body. 7. I say just a body. Okay. We want Thinking about stealing the Ranger's refueler? Substudent can get involved in combat. Afterburner expert, use patrol is another big body I could keep. This feels awkward, but I think getting rid of their engine is the best thing for us. Next turn, Sabsunin turns off in combat, but draws us to... We need Sabsunin to just kind of hold the board for a moment. But Sabsunin can then get in the refueler, so that's fine. They can activate the Grim Bauble. They'll probably put a stop. Nope, no stop. Okay, I thought they were going to put a stop on their upkeep for activating that with just like the mana they're sitting on. You have to... Our god is indestructible, so there's no trick that beats us in combat. Like, you know, kills us in combat. Sure, that's a reasonable attack. They got some big bodies hanging out. So if we draw an untapped land, which we're very likely to because of Sunin drawing 3 here. Yeah, no attacks. So we draw 3, and here's our win con. We did not draw land. Well, I think we're just going to get bodies down then. Winter. Sky Seeker Serpent. Oh, they're gone, huh? All right. Yeah, us removing the... This isn't the card I would expect them to leave on. That's interesting. But Sita was going to be able to turn the board into a much more threatening piece next turn. Okay. Why'd it have to be snakes? I felt like our opponent did have some different ways of navigating that to better be aggressive at us. Not much. They were doing a very good job of being aggressive at us. Being able to, like, move through with that. Yeah, sweet. I'm in. Keep. Damn, this game's easy. You ever played Shards of Alara? You know how you be good at Shards of Alara? You play Plains, you play Forest, you play Island, and then you play Rock's Warmonk. And your opponent goes, And that's it. Alright. They are speed. I'm willing to go ahead and use the Grim Bauble because it lets me play Memory Guardian next turn. Also, you know, stopping a 3-1 is pretty nice. Is that a core? Sure. Okay, so... yeah, let's just go ahead and get Memory Guardian going. Our opponent's got a slower start with these tapped lands, but they have a very efficient start with their mana colors. Memory Guardian gets us a nice evasive threat. Surveyor is a fine, like, board presence card. Perhaps if we get the engines up, it'll cycle later. Opponent taking some time to debate how powerful this is, I'm sure. Yeah, sitting on some piece. Okay, debating if they were going to hold the Archfiend or not. Looks like they want to be able to make sure that they got the cryptics. Ooh, nice looking. Okay, swamp. Really happy with these basic land choices I have. Dune Drifter for 2. That lets them pick back up the Canyon Vaulter. That's pretty good. Hi, Winter. How you doing? That's nice timing. I like drawing Winter here. We'll push in with the Guardian. I know we can hold it back to block the Dune Drifter. But I feel like we're in a even-ish position as far as like who's the aggro right now, and I want to get the damage. I'm willing to take 3 for 3 on a damage trade, especially if it's them tapping Canyon Vaulter to do so, because Canyon Vaulter can hand off flying when it mounts. During your main phase. Oh, this was the other thing they were looking at. Interesting. They had to pay some. Oh, okay. Opponent's got removal. I see. So they have to mount in main phase with the Canyon Vaulter. I think I'm fine just trading with the Vaulter to get rid of the evasion going on here. It's a bit of a fine, a bit of an issue, but like, it's fine. Broodheart Engine with Winter back? I might just play the Broodheart Engine and pass. None of my grave is really singing to me at the moment. Grim Bauble lets me mill and find some off the top of the deck. Dig deeper. Memory Guardian technically has the whole board answered. Oh, lost power, dang. We're in what looks like a fairly even game against a Orzhov Engines deck. We've got some, speed going on here. They've got some powerful removal that they've sped through. Right now, we're a little bit out of gas, but we still have some trinkets left. The car is not yet out of work. Okay, they don't have anything on the turn? Interesting. I'm happy to pop the bauble then here. I do not want either of these cards. Let's try to find something a little more. We get another Surveil at our upkeep, so that looks great. Let's see if we can't find something nice. All right, another land down. That's great. That's exactly what we want to be doing. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They didn't do anything last turn, we won't do anything last turn. Do they have a demon on 7? What's their hand look like? Why did they pass last turn on no action on 6 with 3 cards in hand? Is their hand just as land-flooded as we are? That's a possibility. Yeah, they are just as land-flooded as we are. I don't want that Venom Sack-Lagac. We are in a position where we need things that break the board. Well, Grim Bauble gets us another Surveil. Lets us kill the Ascendant here. I'm going to go ahead and play this land, and we're going to pop the bauble right now because we still have 4 mana left over. All right, well. Continue cooking. It's all yours. I know you've got 2 or 3 lands left in hand, too. What say you? If you had removal, I feel like you would have used it. So, like, okay, another Surveil, another day. Ooh, a nice draw. We're not gonna, like, put it in grave and like, recur it. We're gonna recur it if we need to. All right, so, Thundering Broodwagon, how you doing? I don't know what I care about here. Yep. I'm going to hold the turn on my side. We're not going to go in here. We're going to keep back. I decided on the body because it looks like they just don't have anything, and removing that means that we're a little bit more clean on our effects to get in. Again, they're just as flooded as we are. They just have a little bit more to show for it. I feel like they're still holding a removal spell or something. I don't even know. It can't. If it was removal, I feel like they would have hit Memory Guardian by now. Right? Are they holding another Dune Drifter and just they didn't want to return anything? They could Dune Drift and pick up, like... Oh my god, can they Dune Drift the Chef at Archfiend? Yes. Yes, they can. That's 7. I think they might have another Dune Drifter for the Chef at Archfiend in hand. I think that's what's happening here. They just hit 9. Return target creature. Oh, no, this is Sybil. Well, goodbye to that pilot. Okay. Can they have a Grim Bauble, perhaps? Nope. All right, let's go ahead and... Sita, you're looking like an excellent draw right now. So, Sita can +3/+3. Let's push in with the Broodwagon and see what happens. Okay. Again, there's not a lot that I really want to be recurring with the engine. Yes, this thing has Menace and Reach. So they've got another land to play, I'm sure. But they've got a 5/5 flyer, and they've been drawing cards. How aggressive do they feel like they can get? All right, in for... Yep, engines to 3. And what's your follow-up? You clearly you have to have something, right? Well. Okay. Yeah? All right. No, I think their hand might still be 2 more lands. Search for Escanta, which is what our Broodheart engine did a incredible Search for Escanta impression this game. And it was great. I think we surveilled what, like 1, 2, 3, 4. We surveilled 4 lands and like bounce off and run over and Venom Sack. Like, I think we surveilled like 7 cards to the grave. Maybe 8. Like that's pretty dang good. And some of that was bobble, but like that went well. That went really well. The King engine does its job. A lot of cycling this. Yeah, that 4/5 that like gives you, that just lets you cycle something for free every turn. That card, I haven't gotten a chance to play it, and I've only seen it on the other side. It seems incredible. This is fine. This is awkward. This is fine. Okay. So they mulligan once. We're on the play, but we're very slow. We grab another green with this. Yeah, so Brute Heart Engine. Grab a green because we drew a blue. Alright. The idea here now is that, like, Mimeoplasm is our graveyard. We'll be able to get a couple creatures with the engine down there and then, like, play this as a 6/6 or a 9/9. Refueler. That's the one that just lets you re-exhaust things. Sita's a fine draw here, specifically because we can play Sita. We can go column Sita pass. I feel that's good. And, like, if we have our creatures killed off, Mimeoplasm gets stronger. I have Harrier next turn. But yeah, this is just like, yeah, you can double exhaust, or you can over exhaust. I was told this card had, like, a bug going on with it. I don't know if that's been fixed or not. Mole. Mole's great. A+ Mole. Yep. 2 lands and a Ketrodon. I'll bounce. I said if Sita dies, Sita dies. So, like, we can get them to spend the Grim Bauble here. No thanks. We'll draw enough lands naturally that I'm fine milling right now. Yep, and that's why I figured. So we'll bounce the Refueler, because we absolutely don't want to give them the Mole again. But yeah, I'm fine with this killing Sita, because we will be able to re-Sita at a later time. We have 1 creature in the grave right now. If we get 2, I'm fine doing Mimeoplasm. Obviously 3. Ooh, Fang Druid Summoner, do you have the 9/7 to grab with this, or is it just the 7/2? Yeah, you do have the 9. Ooh, okay. That's a little dicey. Oh, Venom Sacrolegate. That's the perfect top deck. And by that I mean perfect body to put in the graveyard for a top deck. Favorite flavor mechanic? There's some really nice stuff around speed that I think works really well, like in a mechanical sense, not in a flavor mechanic tie, but in like ways where you wouldn't expect it to give you speed, such as the Chandra's Burn spell that like sacks to do damage to people who aren't at max speed, meaning that if you're not at max speed, you get you can move on. What do I want to do here? This is a pretty fun one. Flavor bits. Alright, so X is 3 here. Right, we only have 3 creatures. Yeah. The worry here is if they have a flat removal spell, like just like a, I don't know, murder. Murder's pretty bad for us right now. If their play is make the 9/7 pass, we're really good. Things are perfectly fine if it's the 9/7 pass. Because we can run it over and then turn ourselves into Sita and then, like, everything's fine from there. The problem with Mimeoplasm getting killed is that our engine's not on anymore. And we kind of had to spend our graveyard for this. Which is a little, like, this is a little bit of a I'm worried it's too all in on the Mimeoplasm, but I like how yeah, I like how it matches against this specifically. So, I feel like we're fine. That's excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and run over. And then, so we can copy... Also, if we get one more speed, we get to sack the starting column. That'll be nice. Ooh, they have a splash they don't have the mana for. Okay. That life, by the way, I think matters. Will they attack with the mole? I don't think there's a way they get in with that mole. We're going to become a copy of Sita. The bike is not what we want to draw here. Memory Guardian is, that's fine. I guess let's push in. If they don't block, they die, so... There's that. To maybe apply some reuse exhaust abilities by changing objects. Like, if I want to do this and then end step, like, and then swap off Sita and then back on. I believe so, because it should be a different ability. I would have to look at how exhaust functions at a more granular level to be able to answer that with certainty. But my immediate guess is yes. So they need to use the bauble. Because they need to find a kill spell. They have white mana now. They might just have... Okay, 2 milled is great for us. That means they did not find anything useful. Do we have like a Dustum, the white Doomblade? Do we have the Desert's End or Dune's End? Yeah, my gut says yes, but like I don't know that one for certain. Okay, if they didn't find an answer to it, this is still a 9/9, and it's the Abyss. Cleanly. You can certainly, because you can certainly keep changing the abilities that you have access to by what you're targeting. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. This deck has... that was very all-in. We got rewarded for our opponent not having any interactive elements left over. They didn't have like a bite down for their own side. They didn't have a murder. Obviously, the -6/-6 wouldn't have been enough to knock us down. We're too big for that. Again, we are just cooking it. I'm in. Let's keep. We're going to go ahead and play the Night Market on black to start. That means we're not going to be playing Serpent on 2 because we have Omnivore on 2. Okay. Again, as I talked at the beginning, I feel like this deck takes its losses to its mana base, and we haven't taken any of those yet, right? So... it has a ton of power sitting in its cards. It just doesn't have... I'll pass. So this is 3 damage? Yeah, so Memory Guardians are playing next. Engines are started. I will not take this hit. I will take the 1. They get their engines going. I'm going to attack back in, and then we'll play our Memory Guardian. Hopefully we draw some land. That looks great. I I still think the Memory Guardian looks best. Spike Harrier is not bad here either. That's just such a big body. Let's crush in. I'm perfectly willing to take 2-drop for 3-drop trade. And then we get a flyer. I want to be on 6 to play the Serpent, so they can't, like, kill it. Because I want those lands. Also, the more things that die and the more lands we get, the better off our Mimeoplasm looks. So the hope here is that, oh, a 3rd color appeared again. Alright. Ah, they are sending dunes. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put your speed back down. Slow down. We gotta call into Fury on this one. Alright, same place as last turn, that's fine. I don't think you should be attacking right now. I don't think that you have this. Are you? Okay, you would be able to repeatedly activate? Yeah, that is what I thought because of, like, how copyable attributes work, but, like, the question would be if you had to, like, target a different thing or the same card. Are you sitting on something? I feel like they're sitting on something. Hold on. Let's find out. Okay. That was a test. So the reason I went with the Seeker first there was to test for the trick that gives you Hexproof Indestructible. This resolved instantly with no priority, so they don't have one. I know that's a very, like, nitty-gritty way to read if a trick exists, but it does read it unless they're, like, really into the toggle, which would be a terrible idea in case I went for it just flat. Butthole Mole. Get some another planes. Oh, hi. Alright, well, at least that Gear Hulk's off the table. What's our grave look like for creatures? We got Omnivore. We'll probably have Seeker Serpent pretty quick. I think they're going to kill it before we untap. That was what I was worried about with playing this, but I feel like we're fine doing that because we can still just Mimeoplasm any. Ooh. Alright. Damn, I'm loving this. Sob, alright. And then, let's kick in the King engine. The Pothole Mole, that's definitely from that one Mario Kart 64 level. There should be a cow. There should be a cow right here, right? Right in that corner, there should be the cow. I'm just gonna recurse Sob Senuef next turn, and that's gonna feel real spicy. Yeah, Moo Meadows, yes. That's the one. But the cow should be hanging out right here. I'm not... You can have full speed. Or can you have full speed? Something's weird here. No, you can't have full speed. I've decided full speed is illegal. Actually. No, thank you. We'll get lands naturally. We have Let's call in the engine. Subsunin is here. That might have been turn on the bike, can get in, but now we're yeah. I'd rather have I was playing a little bit defensive because they were being so aggressive on trying to get that 4th speed. I don't know what for, but like, clearly something. Do you see how tall she is? Reach. Famous archer, no reach. Indeed, that's true. No reach. Thank you, Reverb, for the cow emote. That's exactly it. Yeah, all right, we got more of those cows. Ooh, prairie dog. All right. As I said, I feel like the losses in this deck are its mana base, and we're avoiding those. As long as we keep avoiding those, we're good. Yeah, all right. As long as we don't take a loss to mana base, we're fine. There's basically no problem. Okay, we got the Rocky Road ice cream over here. Okay, sure, pay 2 life to shock Winter. Winter is fine to shock like that. Alright, let's move on. I'm not going to cycle this. Our hand's fine. If we draw another black, it's on. We got the Strategist as a nice play. Ooh, they've got their own bike? Sure. Okay, so they've got Big Gruel happening over there. That's interesting. Big Gruel's exciting. Do they have, like, the Dragon Cat? Or do they just have, like, Big Green? Oh, no, another shock. God, they are road raging it up. Okay. Just seeing this, our opponent's got an impressive pile going on here. All right, we're piloting. Oh, I'm sorry, you blew up a land? You sure about that? Oh, boy. Let's make you replay that. Alright, let's play Sita. And I think we just go ahead and... I'm gonna bobble your pilot. So you can't be attacking us with that bike. That's fine. Might have been better if I went to bounce the pilot. They have another... Ooh, 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 ooh. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Walk right on through. Okay, they're gaining a bunch of life. We get another black source. I could have pumped up Sita, but I'd rather have Grim Bauble activation. Okay, 3 cards in hand. I'm sure they've got some big haymakers to throw at us. That's what I'm expecting. They've got 3 cards in hand, 7 mana. That's what there it is, the, like, cat dragon dino thing. Well, I actually do want to draw that. Alright. Anyway, here she is. Okay, refueler that lets you exhaust multiple times. They can like do that and then ride the Dracosaur, but that's a way to die, so problems? I think they just have to pass here. I don't think they can do anything. Anyway, let's draw some card. So Sita is base power and toughness equal to +4, so 6 to everything. Okay. So the idea there with this line is that we can, like, use Sabsunin defensively to crew this. 5 toughness is enough to block anything. Yeah. Again, our deck's power output is outrageous. How many games have we won off of just, like, and then Sabsunin comes down? I think 3? Sita's been a little less of that, but Sita's still been quite powerful. We haven't done, like, big Mirror Entity push, but threat of Mirror Entity push is pretty good. Alright, we got a Maverick. Let's see what we can do about Maverick Ajani. Okay, this is fun. This is actually really good. See, we've got Night Market for green, and then we've got fixers up here, so we're good. Seeker gets us some more lands, and then we've got mana forever, basically. Hello. They got blue. Get in for our 1. Pass it on. Next turn, we're just going to activate Seeker and get in. They're on triple blue. They just going to... Sure. You got it, boss? I don't really care. Goddamn. All right. We want to get the starting column to get our speed going at some point. Mono blue? Okay, we get our pothole mole. Sweet. I'm gonna grab the night market because it cycles. And that's the most likely thing to happen with it. Because we already have double black from starting column and bike. Like, we're doing fine. Oh, they found green. Okay, they found their second color. Their advantage is having a lot of gas still in the tank. We're a little bit light, but we have the board under our presence pretty heavily. I'd say pretty heavily is maybe a little much. Okay, that is on an exhaust ability. Ooh. Okay, I don't want to let them do the Ranger's Refueler. God, they get a Thopter and a... That's a lot. We're gonna go... Bike. We're gonna... And we're gonna get in for 4. And then I can play this and step cycle the market. Okay, we get their bodies off the board. Closing in on being able to draw cards off of the column, which will be nice. And our opponent's at 13. If they play a land, they can play that vehicle again and then activate it. Okay, they just have another Nimble Thopterist and go? I don't know that that's going to be enough for you. Okay, that's a little better. Crew 1 on this? Crew 1 on... 3-5 Vigilance, Crew 1. God, alright. So I can only do things in the air. That's fine. Well... Okay. So we're at max speed. Column can go. I have the power of God. Yeah, the reaction to Sonin has basically been that every time. Understandably, Subsunin reaction of like, fuck, like, do they have the exact card that lets them swap control? No, no, they don't. Subsunin victory number. Oh no, she's hot, indeed. I think that's 4 victories to Subsunin coming down and just being like, it's over. All right, Nick Themeron, I do have to say, you were right. Achievement unlocked, undefeated. Nick Themeron, before this, once we saw Subsunin that said 7-0, not even close. Forge does have all these, yes. I think there's some oddities with speed. There's not like a visual, there wasn't a visual element last we saw, but I'll lose 2 games. I did say this deck will lose 2 games to mana. It's a matter of winning them first. I'm a little stunned. We had enough fixing. All right. Well, let's go ahead and grab our victory on this one. I just want the Civic Frog. True. All right, I'm going to step away for just a moment, and then we'll do draft 2. How's that sound to y'all? All right, see you in a moment.